Hey guys, Masterath, and welcome to another Pokemon X and Y battle narration. Technically, you're getting two in this episode. Anyway, so I'm going up against someone called Xander in this episode, and I'm trying out a new team, a few new members of the team. I got a Weezing in there, for example, and a Metagross. So let's do this. Alright, so the first match, I'm looking at this team on there going, is this really the team he wants to go for? All starters, 3 separate types. Well, could be good, a starter team. But I made the horrendously, whatever that means, the terrible mistake, to actually have my Charizard in the play instead of Forks, the Talonflame. So, yeah, I've got an un-EV trained Charizard in my team for this match. Anyway, so, boo-boos on both of our parts there. Anyway, let's go with the match. Alright, so he leads off with his Sceptile, and I lead off with Lexi. Not a good start for me, so I think straight away switch. Straight away, pretty much, right into Jeff, my Charizard, this un-EV trained Charizard, to take a Leaf Blade. Now he doesn't know what to do, so he's going to have to switch. He switches into Swampert now, so, well, I hit him with a Heat Wave, which does very little. Anyway, now I have to switch into something which can go for a good shot. So I switched to my Swirling Ball, my Weezing, which is an elemental poison heal, poison sludge Weezing thing. Healing Weezing. So I switched straight away, thinking of Blaziken and going into my Gardevoir to block Blaziken. So, the Mega Blaziken comes out, and I think I can take a Mega Blaziken. I've taken Mega Blazikens in the past before. Goes for the Brave Bird. Straight at Gardevoir, and I think, right, that's a good dead Gardevoir straight away. That's a shame, really, because Gardevoir always does well against Blazikens, but not in this case. Anyway, so now I feel Alexi's good to come in and Mega Evolve herself. So now we have a bit of Mega Evolution versus Mega Evolution here. So, Blaziken goes for the Brave Bird, Lexi survives it quite well, and goes for the Stab Water Pulse, which, with a critical hit, is enough to defeat Blaziken. I think it would have been okay anyway, depending if it's a special defensive Blaziken. Anyway, so next he brings out his Venusaur, and I go back into Jeff, and he predicts that going to the Double Edge instead of some form of Grass-type move. Good play on his part there. Anyway, back into now his own Blastoise to take the Heat Wave. So I pretty much I should have really started to learn about that, but he does get burned, which is good from the Heat Wave. So I switch now into my own Blastoise. We've got a bit of Blastoise on Blastoise combat here. But I know that this Blastoise isn't going to be that bad because he's already used the Mega Evolution on Blaziken. So that's okay. He gets 2 critical hits in a row, which kind of sucks for me. But he's still getting burnt and gets killed by the burn. Now he's going to bring in his Sceptile. And I think, right, back into Jeff. Nope. Into Swollen Ball. Into my Weezing. Because this Weezing has Flamethrower. It's also got Sludge Bomb as well, so that's all good. But I get Leech Seed, so I'm taking quite a bit of damage there. But this Weezing is very defensive. Very awesome. So I go for the Sludge Bomb. It's a critical hit, which is enough to knock out Sceptile. There's a lot of critical hits in this match for some reason, which is probably why we have the second match. Anyway, so Swampert comes back out. I haven't got anything to take out the Swampert, so I switch back into Lexi, which is going to take the Mud attack. It's going to take the Mud Slap, actually. Why has he got Mud Slap instead of something like Earthquake or Earth Power? Anyway, so in comes the Venusaur, and I predict that go for the Dark Pulse to get some damage off. If I predict that even better, I'd have probably gone for the Ice Beam. But I go into Henga now to my Metagross as he goes for the Synthesis, followed by the Double Edge on my Metagross. So I go for the Zen Headbutt with my Metagross, which is, by the way, a choice-banded Metagross. So now I'm stuck into Zen Headbutt. So I switch into my own Charizard. Take that. Goes for, I believe that was a Dragon Rage. So I'm going to go for Fly here. See what he can do. He's also going to Fly, which doesn't help my cause at all. So I have to switch. And I switch into my defensive-ass Weezing. Because why not? So Weezing's still getting Black Sludge heal as well. And I go for the Thunderbolt on this Weezing. This is an elemental Weezing. So I like it a lot. Anyway, goes for the Inferno on my Weezing, which is enough to defeat Weezing. But good play from Weezing overall. So now, Haxorus comes in. My Haxor comes in, outrages a Charizard in the face, and it's dead. And now Swampert comes in. I think I could probably beat Swampert now, so I'm going to go for another Outrage as he goes for the Mud Slap. I don't understand about the Mud Slap. Anyway, but then he goes and he forfeits. But here's the rematch, and oh god, this team's looking a bit more menacing. So we've got, as you can see, we've got the Zygarde, we've got the possibility of Mega Aggron, we've got Infernape, Mewtwo, possible Mega Evolution, Flygon, and Dragonite. This guy is not messing around with his high-power team here. But I've pretty much gone for the same team, only I've swapped Jeff out for Fulks instead. So, this is the second match here. And, that's me moving my camera around. So I just kick off with Lexi, kicks off with this shiny Dragonite, and I think, well, that's cool, that's shiny Dragonite. Quite awesome. Looks puke colour, but still awesome. So I Mega Evolve straight away. He goes for the Dragon Rush on Lexi. But doesn't really get much. But does get the flinch off, which is good anyway. So it goes into Flygon, and I switch into Jada, thinking possibly a Dragon-type move is going to come into play. But no, Hyper Beam. In the face for Jada. But luckily Jada's special defense, so that's good. Gets a Dazzling Gleam on the Flygon. Flygon's dead. It seems like there's something above super effective for fairy types against dragons. For some reason, a dragon just can't survive a fairy type attack. Anyway, so now Mewtwo comes in, and oh look, it's the fighting type Mewtwo. Which, well, works quite well for me. Anyway, so I'm going to go for the Energy Ball, predicting, that's what I always do against Mewtwo's anyway. So, Mewtwo now is going to go for the Recover. So I believe a Mewtwo Y, I think it is. I'm not sure. Anyway, I go for the Psychic, or the Dazzling Gleam. I can't remember. I can't see which one I did. But anyway, so now the Aggron comes in. I Psychic the Aggron. Bit of a mistake on my part. But I'm still getting things from my Shell Bell I've got on this thing, which, with Jada doing a lot of damage as it does, that's actually quite good. Anyway, goes to the Iron Tail, does Aggron. Critical hit. Don't think it would have mattered, but Jada is now gone. So now Henga comes in. But I instantly double switch into Fulks, predicting something like something along the lines of something like Iron Tail or something. So I go straight in and I go to Burning Phoenix mode and kill. So there was the Flare Blitz with obviously a Life Orb and Stab. Now in comes the Infernape, and I can outspeed Infernape, Brave Bird it in the face, and it's dead. So Fulks at the moment is doing well. Fulks just kicking opponents to the curb here. Now he brings in Zygarde. Great. Anyway, so I switch for this ground dragon type Pokemon into something I could probably do well against it, which is probably Henga. So now it goes for the Earthquake. Henga is able to survive that because he's quite good with his all this stuff. Goes for the Meteor Mash, and I get the attack upgrade, but it's not going to be enough to survive another attack. So I switch into Swirling Ball to take the Earthquake, as I know he can. Dragon Pulse does a fair amount. And I go for the Dark Pulse, while I'm still healing up with Black Sludge. Another Dragon Pulse, followed by another Dark, pretty much we're pulsing each other. We are Robert Paulson in this case. Anyway, so another Dragon Pulse is enough to defeat Weezing, but now I know I can revenge kill with whatever I want. So I bring in Fulks back in again to Brave Bird this Zygarde. So that Zygarde's dead, and that's now Fulks' third elimination of the match, which is brilliant. Anyway, so now he brings back in his Dragonite, so I take this time to roost and get some of my health back. And that was quite a good luck on my part for him to miss the Aqua Tail first time, because that would have definitely hurt. Anyway, so I think solid. I'm not going to be able to roost all day. I'm just going to Brave Bird this Dragonite, and then kill myself off to Life Orb damage. Pretty much, if you have a Talonflame and it dies to Life Orb damage, you've done well with it. So now I bring in Haxorus, and he's in. He's going to Outrage, obviously, as he does. This quick Haxorus with a lot of attack. So now he brings in his Mewtwo again, which is going to recover. Try and recover some lost health, as I Outrage it. And I think that does more than his recover. Yeah, way more than his recover. So, yeah, Haxorus, awesome. What can I say? Anyway, and that's the end of the match. So, great matches, Xander. Would like to compete against you another time. I've got a slightly different team now. But these were done quite a while ago, actually. When were these done? Good long while ago. I think probably around February or something. But anyway, great match. Be expecting to see more Pokemon X and Y battle narrations coming up soon. Until then, I'm Masterath, and I'll be seeing you next time. See ya!